Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about what is a sale. How do we create a sale in our buyer's mind that gets them to sell themselves to us? My name is Caleb Lazar. I'm a sales trainer. My clients have closed millions of deals through working together and made tens of thousands of dollars commission. And I hope to help you do the same. Okay, so let's talk about what is a sale. So one of the things I want to talk to you about today is, what is the technical term for a sale? What is happening within the buyer's mind? What is the buying psychology that we need to understand that compels the person to initiate the buying response, to say, yes, I want that, or to feel that tension inside to be like, yeah, I do want that. So what you need to understand is everyone that books in with you that wants to talk to you has a gap between where they currently are and the desire of where they thought they would be by now. So this is the 2 points in time that we want to establish. Where are they now? And where did they expect that they would be by now? And that's kind of the key word here, is where did they expect that they would be by now? Now, this gap in time, this difference between the realities of right now and what they're experiencing and their future expectation of where they thought they would be, this is called cognitive dissonance. And this forms a pain within a prospect that triggers the buying response. So your job in the sales conversation is quite simply to just uncover what is their cognitive dissonance. What is their current reality and what was their expected reality by now? So if we think about an example, just because you're probably a salesperson watching this, let's say that your current reality is you might be closing at 10 to 15% and your commissions might be $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So that's your current reality. Your future reality, or the thing that you expected would happen by now, depending on when you watch this could be at the start of 2024. So you're coming into 24 thinking, last year was a bad year of commission. I didn't make the commission that I wanted to make. And in this year, I want to make more commission. I want to double it. I want to make $4,000 a month. I want to make $100,000 a year in commission. So your expectation of where you thought you would be by now would be $100,000 in commission, but your reality last year might have only been $20,000 to $30,000 in commission. So this is what we call the cognitive dissonance. It's the gap between where you currently are and where you expected that you would be by now. Now, if we can expand that, if we can make that larger and bigger through our questioning, then we will have a more and more motivated buyer. So how do we do that? We understand that there are two key parts of the brain. Well, there's the left brain and the right brain. There's the emotional, there's the logical. And so what we want to do is we want to separate these two. And we want to ask questions that elicit responses or clarifies that reality of now of what they're experiencing and categorizes the responses into two parts, emotional and logical. I know this is sounding like a lot, but you can watch this a couple of times to get clarity on it. Otherwise, there will be a training down below that you can click on and you can learn on this even deeper. But we have heaps of resources on our YouTube as well that you can keep watching. Also, if you ask questions down in the comment, I will respond. I read all of them and I respond to all of them. So we want to understand what the difference between logic and emotion is for somebody's current reality and their expected reality by now. Where did they think that they would be? So another way to think about it is, what are they, what goals are they experiencing now? What outcomes are they experiencing now? And how do they feel about it now? So we have a logical, which is what goals are being hit right now or not being hit right now. And how do they feel about it? So the feeling would be the emotional side. And so what I want you to imagine now is like, we have this point in time, which is reality of right now. And then that's split into two parts, a logical reality and an emotional reality. And if I had an editor right now, we'd have a cute wee graphic for you, but I don't. So the training down below should touch on it. Otherwise, there will be some kind of freebie down below that you can click on and you can get a better visualization of this. So just imagine we have this prospect. We want to create cognitive dissonance. They have a reality of now, which is here. They have a desired outcome of where they thought they would be. So this is the gap. How we make this bigger is we split this into two parts. We have a logical part and we have an emotional part. We have a logical part here and an emotional part here. So what happens is now we have this ability to pull this out by getting clearer on what are the logical goals or non-goals or outcomes that have been experienced, and how do they feel about it? What are the logical goals and outcomes that have been experienced, and how do they feel about it? And this is what creates what we call a full cognitive dissonance, or this is what makes it larger. Now, the larger the cognitive dissonance, the larger the product or service that we can sell to fill that gap, or the more compelled the buyer is going to be to want to solve this problem, because they're going to think, I have a big problem, because they probably do. Now, the key thing to understand here is we're not doing anything to anyone. We're uncovering what already exists. So this is a hang up that a lot of my clients can have, is they feel bad for sounding salesy or sleazy, but they're not. They're just uncovering what already exists. So your job as a salesperson is to establish what is their cognitive dissonance. What is the gap between where they are right now and their expectations of where they thought they would be by now? You want to split that into two categories. What current outcomes are they experiencing, and how do they feel about them? What future outcomes do they want to achieve, and how would they feel if they achieved those things? If you can get this clear within your sales conversation, you're going to absolutely blow up your sales results. Now, I actually did put together a sales script that if you click the link below, it should be the first one down below, it'll give you a rundown of what types of questions that you can ask to help elicit this cognitive dissonance. So if you want to have a look at that, just click down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, which should be here or here.